tricky question. I'm opposed to have public money to spend for campaigning. But on the other hand, I'm a very poor guy, and I'm not going to get elected because I just don't have the money to get the propaganda out. What I would like to see is true debates a long time before. Actually, a debate is actually one guy against another guy or one girl against another, whatever, where you have really issues debated for an extended period of time. So it's 15, 20 seconds or 50 seconds or minutes, the commercials, they are not going to get it out. This is just a name recognition game. And it doesn't help anybody. The public is entitled to have knowledge. And the biggest obstacle I have is to overcome the lack of knowledge, to get across what is really important. And this is the main problem in America, I guess. It's just propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. And money from the government for putting out more propaganda, I'm opposed to that.
Thank you very much, and that concludes the round of questions for that issue. We're going to go to the next question.
You did get to answer that one, right?
Yeah, I was first, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I don't want to answer it again.
Okay, first I want to make it clear that I'm not talking about the present tax cap. I'm talking about the amended version that ITA is going to be turning a petition in for. When you were answering Donna, there were some yeses and some nos, and I'm curious as to why the yeses and nos. So this is your chance to explain if you are opposed to our amended version, why, and if you are not, you can, if you are for it, then if you want to, you can say what you like about it or just pass, whatever.
Okay. We'll start with Dave Miles.
I'm for the tax cap, and I've always signed the petition. It's got to help rein in government, make us more accountable. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, Edward?
Well, as I said before, I've always signed the petitions before, and I've always supported the tax cap. And I voted for it in the voting booth in the past, always. This new one, as I understand it, excludes new construction. That's a nifty idea, but I want to see some numbers. I'm a numbers guy. That's one of the reasons I'm running for this seat. I like specific stuff. And I'll leave some unsaid there. But if this excludes new construction, I want to know what impact this has, how much this supposedly ratchets down borough expenditures. Fine, that's what the Assembly, most of the Assembly, tries to do most years at budget time. And believe it or not, but that's absolutely true. But I want to know, before I sign it, I need to know how much it ratchets down, what effect it has. Is it 1 or 2%, or is it 5%, or is it 25%? And I haven't seen any of those specifics, and that's why I haven't signed it at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Valerie Perry.
Well, I said that I supported it, and as far as I'm concerned, the borough has lived within tax cap since I was elected many thousands of years ago, and I asked the question of our attorney, why can't we just make it permanent? Because the community obviously wants us to have the tax cap. We can live within it. We have no problems living within it. On this current budget, we reduced the level with $3.5 million underneath the tax cap. I also introduced a motion to put $500,000 into tax relief out of our permanent funds so that we could reduce property taxes. So I'm sure it's going to pass, and if there was a way to make it permanent, I would, but we can't, so I appreciate your efforts. I think it's just a reality that we have to live with. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Michael.
Well, I ascribe to a different reality, and I believe as outstanding community candidates, Nelson B. Miles, Wolfgang Falk, and Dave Miles should be considered. Present and past borough assembly members and those past assembly members running for office, I have found in my own experience over decades to be grossly deceptive and ill-minded and not representing local
Excuse me.
public interest. Thank you
Excuse
very
me,
much.
Mark,
Thank you very much.
Merrick,
I
would you
conclude my
repeat the
comments
question for
and
Mark?
to the ITA audience. Thank you.
And we go to Luke Hopkins.
I guess I'll try to stay on topic. Thank you. I don't support the exclusion of new construction in the revenue cap. I don't support removing the new construction aspect from the revenue cap. We have, as you've heard, we have stayed under the revenue cap every single year that I've been on the assembly, millions of dollars under that. And I think that the ratcheting down of the tax cap, while our community is growing and the services that people want, that I hear about, I think it will do harm in the years ahead if that becomes the program. So I'm not supporting it.
What do you mean, the services? We don't offer services in the borough.
The borough has many services that it provides.
When a new building comes into the tax rolls, we don't offer them anything. The city does, if they're in the city,
Okay?
but the borough doesn't. This is a borough tax cap.
Right. That's good.
Okay, now we're going to go to Billy Blanchard, and do a quick sound check. Talk to the mic so that we can all hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, thank you. I thank you for clarifying the question, because, Donna wanted a simple answer, yes or no. The current tax cap is fine, and I think it works. I agree with Luke. I don't think we need to be taking out the new construction, so that's why I don't agree with the change. What we need to be concerned about, it's not necessarily the tax cap, it's the spending issues. And while we've had a tax cap, we've also had increase because of inflation, and the new construction certainly has, brought more money in. So on the side of that, we have stayed under the tax cap, but we certainly have increased spending. So that's, where I think we need to focus on is where our spending is going.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Wolfgang Falk.
Well, I signed your petition, like when it came out before it was an affair. What I have a problem with is, including with the present tax cap, when we had forums or people asking us, unions for example, there was one question: are you spending all the money the borough could spend? Or are you gonna stay below? Because if you don't spend everything, the tax will be less the year after and the year after. So what happened is they pressure the candidates to say, well, okay, we'll spend whatever money there is. And I told them no. Because I'm spending as much, or I approve as much as there is need. Totally need-based. No more, no less. And there is a lot of spending done because of the additional construction we had that I think wasn't necessary. And I also understand we have at least 6 people that make over $100,000. And I don't know if
Okay, we need to
those
wrap up.
big salaries are justified. What I'm trying to say is there is more money spent because there is more money available. And this is my problem. That's what I see. Other than that, I'm definitely supporting the tax cap.
Thank you very much. Now we go to Tammy Wilson.
I absolutely support it. I mean, because we're not gonna have new construction forever. So if we keep sticking that in and we keep spending based on the new construction, what happens when it goes away? Then all of a sudden, we're really gonna see a shortfall. The new construction should not be added. Our budget, they're underneath the cap, but that's not good enough. We're still spending more money than we need to be spending in the borough. Because most people in the borough do not see anything but a transfer site for the money that they put into it. And I think, I think it's sad that we have to even have a cap, but the reason we do is because it is the only guaranteed way that we can control spending, and I think this new way that they're doing it is absolutely the way it should have gone a long time ago.
Thank you very much. And we've got